We gather today to remember the horror of the Holocaust. Today I am acting as compere on behalf of Community Solidarity Stroud District, which has organised today's event. CSSD exists to build community-led solidarity in the Stroud District, to oppose the hatred of minorities and oppressed people arising from false and harmful information.
Remember my people, remember their thoughts, guided by actions for a better world. Remember, lest we forget our suffering in the midst of the Nazi atrocity, do not count the soldiers innocent, for they are truly guilty.
Embedded in our family history are stories where, pre-1939, my grandfather stood up to various Nazis, challenging discrimination while still living in Germany, going to a Nazi rally where Hitler was speaking just to prove that Hitler, who said that he couldn't smell Jews. Challenging discrimination was a value that came from my grandparents because of their experience with the Holocaust. It is those very experiences that taught me that we must stand up if any person is being persecuted because of who they are.
I know that every time I walk up, I lead the students up the access road to Sachsenhausen concentration camp, I know that the chances are that I would have been one of those people. As an active trade unionist, and a member of the Labour Party, I would have been one of those people walking up that road. And I feel the weight of that responsibility of conveying their experience and their voices to future generations.
What started out as refugee policy of closed borders and stripping away the rights to citizenship ended in genocide, and it feels very similar today in certain countries around the world, even here.
The Holocaust is not simply history. It is a stark reminder of what happens when hatred, prejudice and indifference are left unchecked.
Today we see political and business leaders making Nazi salutes with no shame or consequences. We see the conditions in which the Holocaust was allowed to happen beginning to grow. And in remembering the Holocaust, we must continue to challenge and confront the lies and disinformation that create hate and distrust, and ultimately result in the destruction of people's lives and our own humanity.
Human beings are members of a whole in creation of one essence and soul. If one member is afflicted with pain, other members uneasy will remain. If another is hurting and you feel no distress, then human is a title you should not possess.
I thank you for saying no. No to silence and no to hatred.
Yikadawi Kadash Mirabo. Biomodi Vrachiru Taviam Lichmal Tay. Bechayachon Viamechan, Chayed Hol Beit Israel. Bagolo Visman Kari Viumru Amen. Heshmirabba Mavorach Liolam Liome Omaya. Yubarakishtabak Vipo Avi Rama Vitnase. Vitadavi Talevi Talo, Shumaid Kudashabri Hu. Le Ilomi Kobrechota Vishirota. Tushbachota Venechemota. Ta Amiram Bioma Vimru Amen. Yeheshlomo Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chaim Olein Vial Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Ase Shalom Bimramav. Huya Ase Shalom. Olein Vial Kol Yisrael. Vial Kol B'nei Odam. V'imru Amen.